Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this complete basic to advanced Python programming. It's a live training by none other than the world record holder, a man having 22 plus years of experience, 2x TEDx speaker, a philanthropist, a man working towards his mission of making India future ready. Yes, I am referring to none other than the world record holder, Mr. Vimal Daga, sir. He is running a campaign for complete basic to advanced Python programming. No prior knowledge required. पहले से कुछ भी नहीं आना चाहिए. और वो लोग जिन लोगों को कोडिंग से डर लगता है, प्रोग्रामिंग से डर लगता है कि यार मुझसे तो नहीं हो पाएगा. This is not my cup of tea. Trust me, you'll start loving programming, coding, Python in just 2 days once you attend Vimal Daga sir's sessions. That's the kind of magic you have when you learn from the man who has 22 plus years of experience. And the best part is, he's the only one on this planet who knows 152 plus tools and technologies. So it's a pleasure to have him for this program. Before we proceed further, how many of y'all are attending a program under Vimal Daga sir for the very first time? Quickly, you can write in the chat box me or raise your hand in the participants list. You can with an emoji. Come on, everyone. How many of y'all are attending it for the very first time? Meghna has raised. Kamalkar Athram, Sachin, Harshil, Pushpa, Dharani, Poonam, Khushbu, Trupti, Lavish, Gopi Krishnan, Pranay, Naresh, many more. Okay. So this is the first time you all are getting trained under Vimal Daga, sir. Amazing, amazing. So we have certain set patterns which we want to clarify so that it helps everyone. But before we proceed further, yes, Kritika, I saw your me as well. Hi, Vishal. Hi, everyone. Before we proceed further, tell me how many of y'all, good evening, Parv, how many of y'all are really excited to learn Python, start loving Python as a programming language, and becoming a good developer at the same time as well? How many of y'all are willing to do that? Wow, what an excitement. The better the energy, the more the excitement. Superb the session is going to go. Guys, it's all about energy. Let's keep our energy very high for next 1.5 hours with Vimal sir. Before I call him, before he starts the part, okay, let me quickly take you through a quick glimpse of all the initiatives under Vimal Daga sir's guidance, which will help you to understand what all he does for this engineering youth of India. Students, professionals having 4, 5, 10, 20 years of experience as well have been trained by Vimal Daga sir, including the CTOs, the CIOs, and the CSOs. Let's have a glimpse. It's a very, very small glimpse of what Vimal Daga sir does for this community, for this society. Being in this virtual mode, in case if the audio or the video is not visible, quick 5 minutes, put your headphone on. You'll feel it before you start it. You will become more, energized before we start this session. So in case if the audio or the video is not visible, do let me know. Post that. I'll be giving you some important guidance as in the session schedule, the links, the pattern and everything. And then we will have Vimal sir starting the session. So let me just share my screen quickly.
जो स्टूडेंट जो इग्नोरेंट है, एवरेज है, demotivated है, just in couple of days they have created a great things, new startup, new idea, new innovations they have done.
Vimal Daga, the guru of gurus, tech guru of India, having 22 plus years of rich industry experience, has served almost all the top Fortune 500 companies with his consultancy. The only one who knows 152 plus tools and technologies, and the man who's leading the vision of making India future ready is the name very close to the learner's heart. The one who has met the creators of technologies, the father of Linux, Linus Torvald, founder of Docker, Solomon Hykes, COO of OpenStack, Mark Kohler, and many more. The one who has got 100 plus global certifications, the only one who has achieved 11 AWS global certifications in just 11 days, where people take years. The first one to achieve Red Hat Certified Architect Level 25 with Enterprise Application Level 11 in the entire world, and made it to become the world record holder. The man who has initiated national level initiatives like Engineers Tech Rath Yatra. What is that? 2 lakh plus engineering students would be impacted, 100 plus engineering colleges would be covered in 50 plus cities of India. The second one is The Creator, #1 awarded research-based summer internship program since last 3 consecutive years. Third one is Jazba, the one and only platform for pursuing engineering students to showcase their tech-based startups to the top industry leaders and investors across India. The fourth one is IIEC, which is Indian Innovation and Entrepreneurship Community, which does a lot of things absolutely free of cost. Few of the initiatives under IIEC is, the first one is AWS Cloud Enablement Program, wherein 10 million people, working professionals and students are trained on AWS Cloud absolutely free of cost to support the Indian government's cloud first policy and many more other such technologies. The next one is Serve Humanity, which is very close to Vimal Daga sir's heart because this is for human. So what we do is during the natural calamities, we support human beings in any form they want it. Example, during COVID, 500 volunteers came at the ground level and they saved 1,000 plus human lives. The last but not the least, which has come up very recently, is India AI Mission, wherein we have taken an oath, to support India by empowering people on AI, making AI in India and making AI work for India. At the same time, we are also developing AI-based tech startups. And these national level initiatives are appreciated by our Home Minister Amit Shah ji, our Finance Minister Sadhguru ji, Narayan Murthy ji, Sudha Murthy ji, Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh Mohan Yadav ji, Mr. Prakash Javadekar, and many others. Industry leaders, media house owners, journalists, media spokesperson, and many more. But it did not stop here. Now, Mr. Vimal Daga discussed about these initiatives with the President and CEO of Red Hat, Mr. James Whitehurst, as well. Let's hear and see what our Bollywood celebrities think about Vimal sir's visions and initiatives. But before that, Uri, the sensation, kept his lucky hand on Vimal Daga sir's shoulder.
My very best wishes with Mr. Vimal Daga, and I also wish him all the very best for the great work that he's taken up for students.
I congratulate Mr. Vimal Daga for creating art platform and help students during the pandemic times. Congratulations on the initiative.
कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन मिस्टर विमल दागा जी, जो कि आपने विमेन एम्पावरमेंट को लेके एक जज्बा करके कैंपेन स्टार्ट किया है.
Do you think that the story ended here? No. He did everything for the community and changed millions of lives. Got honored and featured by Your Story, Aaj Tak, India TV, biggest media houses and magazines across India. In the past 2 years, he has served more than 5 lakh learners to brighten their lives and showed the world his best side without charging a single penny. हमारे साथ बहुत लोग हैं जो हमें गाइड करते हैं, मोटिवेट करते हैं, पर कोई ऐसा है जो हमारे साथ हाथ पकड़ के चलता है और वो बोलता है कि चल, मैं तेरे साथ हाथ पकड़ के चलने के लिए रेडी हूँ. चल कुछ नया करते हैं, चल कुछ नया बनाते हैं इस नए भारत, नए इंडिया के लिए. तुझमें वो काबिलियत है कुछ नया करने की, और वो है Mr. Vimal Daga. And that is how he has been working day in and out to awaken the youth through a culture of right education.
I want to prove to the entire world our engineers can be the creators.
जैसे यूं खड़ा है, हद से ज्यादा
I get goosebumps every time I see the initiatives by Vimal sir. I'm sure many of us get who are connected with him for a very long time. Let me quickly share and welcome all my learners who are there as a part of. So I hope my screen is visible. First and foremost, welcome to all my Earth learners, Earth, the School of Technologies. Moving forward, welcome to all the learners who are a part of Complete Basic to Advanced Python training under Skill Development Initiative by Mr. Vimal Daga, sir, which is again under IIC Rise 2.0. IIC Rise 1.0 was very successful. It is an initiative which is under Indian Innovation and Entrepreneurship Community, which is contributing towards India's $5 trillion economy. Moving forward, welcome to the 4 most demanded programming languages students, which is a real industry case use-based training program. The ones who are a part of my DSA training as well, which is having the biggest DSA training content. Specialization in Python with Flask training, where we are going to build scalable web applications. Python for machine learning, which is very demanded today in the market. Specialization in DSA with full stack MERN. And that's it, I think. And moving forward, for any management related queries, please, guys, you can scan this form and keep it very handy with you. Don't worry, in your respective WhatsApp groups as well, we'll be sharing this. But you can keep the contact details of our management team, which is Aarti Bansal. She'll be a single point of contact for you all if you're facing any management related challenges. That's her contact number, her email ID, and we also have a form in which we ensure that your problem is resolved in 24 hours, anything and everything related to management. So I'm just keeping the screen for a second or a minute so that you all can take a screenshot, scan the form, keep the form very handy with you all throughout the training program. Let me move forward. This is the next phase. The first drive link is the Google Drive link. First major concern which comes over is, sir is teaching, should I take a screenshot? Should I write something? Or should I listen to the concepts? What do you feel? What is the right way? हमें ऐसा लगता है, we feel that our mind can do all the things parallelly, but that's not the fact. It should be done one single task at a time. So ensure, without any hassle, being a hassle-free journey for you, we will be uploading every single screenshot of what Vimal sir is teaching on this Google Drive link for you. Am I being very clear till here? Any doubts? We have given you the management point of contact. Okay. We have also given you the Google Drive link. Can my team members please share the Google Drive link in the WhatsApp, in the chat as well here? Can my team please share the Google Drive link in the chat box? Thanks for the drive link. Deepika, thank you so much. Don't worry, guys. My team will soon share it in the chat box as well for your reference. It's right there for you all. This is the Google Drive link for the Python program. Now comes the next question. Ma'am, I'm a late riser. Or ma'am, I'm an early riser. If I have a query in the morning hours, whom do I ask? Ma'am, I have a query in the late evening hours. Where do I go and ask my technical queries? Don't worry, we have an elite Discord community. That's the second Google Drive, the second scanner code, which is right there on the screen for your reference. Right away itself, join the Discord channel. It's an elite community having a lot of professionals and students to help you all with my technical team members. Can my team please share the Discord Drive link as well out here? In case if anyone is facing any challenge in joining the Discord, please fill the Google form which is there adjacent to the Discord link. My team themselves will get in touch with you and add you to the respective Discord channel. I'm just taking a pause here. The first scanner code is for the screenshots so that you can refer this whenever you need it in the near future. Second one is for the technical queries, which is a Discord community. followed by a Google form in case if you're not able to join the Discord channel. Moving forward, don't worry, in the chat box, you also have the drive links. Best part, don't miss this because Vimal sir keep coming with so many new initiatives, which I'm sure you would love to be a part of, irrespective you are a professional or a student or the one looking for a job. Do follow him on LinkedIn and Instagram for all the upcoming initiatives for the engineering youth of India. That's the scanner code for your reference for LinkedIn and Instagram. And it's always good to be in touch with your mentor so that you can get some guidance. And he is so active on LinkedIn. In 24 hours, generally everyone gets a response. And that's how our very own Vimal sir is. Keeping the screen for a few seconds so that you can scan it and be a part of his community and get benefited. And now the time comes without investing much time, and I'm sure everyone is waiting to start your technical journey today itself with none other than the world record holder, a man working towards a mission of making India future ready, having 22 plus years of rich industry experience, served all the top Fortune 500 companies. Let's welcome none other than our very own 2x TEDx speaker, a philanthropist by heart, Mr. Vimal Daga, sir. Sir, can we have you here? Thank you so much.
Hey guys, welcome everyone to this very wonderful crowd. Almost we are touching 600 plus participant, right? But the good part is, I think I was going through the participant list. Um, we have participant from almost of every company, from IBM to Infosys to Capgemini to XYG. Almost every company we have a participant. Plus, also we have a participant as freshers, engineering student, BC, MCA, BTech, first year. Okay, some we have students from school also. So we have participants from across all the domain. This is a beautiful part of this program. Okay. Second thing is the way I curated this program, guys. This Python training. Okay, it's a programming language. There's no prerequisite. Everything we will start from very zero. Okay, even though you does not know what is language or the programming language, I'll start from there. What is variables, I'll start from there to all the advanced. Okay, the way we have created this program, okay, I think this is the one of the biggest Python program available in this market in the terms of content, in the terms of the task we'll do, in the terms of problem we'll solve, in the terms of the project. We are going to get one big project in the last. Okay, that will start also in some time in this journey, the start of the projects also. Okay, in that form. So this is not just a Python training. It is a complete basic to all the advanced we will cover. Very quick topic name if I give to you, we'll talk about variables, we'll talk about different data structures, we'll talk about functions, we'll talk about exception handling, we'll talk about OOPS, object-oriented programming, in very different way. So you guys will have a fear of OOPS, you will be removed. We'll talk about multi-threading, we'll talk about multi-programming, we'll talk about network socket programming, and many more topics. Regression, not regression, I can say regex, regular expression, and many other topics also. Okay, so that is a very high level agenda about the program. Okay, but I have two goal, guys, for you that we have set for you guys. Okay, from my side, there's two goal. By the end of this program, this is my responsibility to complete this goal for you. The two goal is the two target that I have planned for you is one, after complete this program, okay, I have a confidence that any problem statement related to Python of any XYZ company, maybe later Google or Facebook or IBM, wherever you want to apply for the job or you're working as a in some project, okay, you will able to solve. So there is one target I have set for you. Okay, I would like to tell again in Hindi. Okay, ऐसे कोई प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट नहीं होगी पाइथन प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज की जो आप सॉल्व नहीं कर पाएंगे, भले वो लीड कोड पे हो या किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म पे क्यों ना हो। पाइथन की हर प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट आप सॉल्व कर पाएंगे इस प्रोग्राम को खत्म होते होते। ओके, सो दैट इज one target, guys, I set for you in this Python training. Okay, second goal I have is for you is those who have fear about programming language. They have fear, they have a kind of anxiety, they does not like and love Python or any programming language. So that is my goal, to remove this fear. During this programming, not by the end, during programming, you start loving programming languages. It's not about Python. The way I created this content, it is not like a typical boring program. Normally, what you see mostly, we start variables and we keep on doing coding. It is more about storytelling, right? Just by a lot of different stories, I will complete this program. So start enjoying. You start feel this concept of programming language, and this concept after then you want to learn C or Java or JavaScript, wherever you want to go, you will able to understand any programming language the way I explain the concept. My point is, my goal is to remove your fear. Okay, that is my again target. So these two target I have. One thing I told you, there's no prerequisite. I'll start from very zero. One more thing, this training will be complete 100% practical, complete hands-on. A lot of practicals we will do in this training. Okay, so these are just some few point. The role, guys, why you should learn this Python as a programming language. Okay, what is the benefit behind it? So anyone who's looking for software developers, okay, then you should know Python. Okay, anyone who want to create their web app, then you should know Python. Anyone who want to pursue your career in machine learning, data science, and data engineering, we use a lot Python over there. That also you need a Python. Anyone who want to do something IoT devices, even though we use mostly in embedded devices C language, but there's some IoT or some microcontroller like a Node MCU. There they give you capability to write a code in Python also. So there also you guys can go for Python. But one of the very important, guys, platform nowadays where we have a huge scope in the terms of job or career. One is cloud and one is DevOps. So anyone who want to do something in DevOps, any DevOps job, okay, they always ask you should have a great knowledge in Python. Again, I'm repeating, guys, in DevOps job or in the cloud job, cloud computing job, right? You should have a great in-depth knowledge about the Python also. So anyone who is, or maybe any one related to Linux job or Linux admin job, so you have to automate a lot of things. So mostly we use Python scripting to do the things, right? So if anyone are looking for to pursue your career or for the job or maybe startup related to this to concepts and tools and technologies, then Python you should know, guys. So these are the some few points you can keep in mind why, because if you're learning something, there will be some motto behind it, because we are giving a time and maybe money, right? So what's the motto that you should know? Okay, one more thing, guys, before I start, because today is the first day, I will likely jump to the code. I will first explain you the concept. One thing I will also tell you about my training program, or mostly about this kind of initiatives. I believe, guys, there's a lot of concepts or the content provided in the market, in the Wikipedia or blogs or tutorials or video or YouTube, some kind of course content. Lot of concept that is being given in the market is have a lot of myth. Either they are not complete or they are inappropriate or they're not right, I can say. मैं अगेन रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, बहुत सारा कंटेंट है मार्केट के अंदर जो गलत बताया गया है. ओके, बट what I'll do, guys, in almost every class, I'll prove you this is the content what has been taught to us till date. Okay, but there's some myth here. यहाँ पे गलत है ये concept. Okay, but this is the right concept, and I don't say that believe on me. I will always come with a proof. I said this is the practical proof. Just go and try this way. You'll come to know the right concept, what is happening, and why it's so critical. Because what we promote, what I promote, is the concept called right education. Right? It's not right to education; it's right education. अगर हमारे education ही सही नहीं है, if it does not give a right concept and right meaning, okay, then if the foundation is not right, you can't do something big on the top of that. And that's why I've seen, guys, when I do a lot of corporate consultancies, and top guys, they're stuck in some part of the projects. And when I try to help them, I always see the challenges from the at the foundation level, right? They does not know that concept, that particular thing, so they're stuck. Okay, so this is our responsibility to teach the right concept. And how I'm confident that I can teach the right concept, because I told you I always give you a proof. And because you guys might know my profile, otherwise those who by chance first time engaging with me, so you guys can very quickly search my name, Vimal Daga. You come to know what exactly I do, all of my my different media coverages, many other things. LinkedIn can be one source where you come to know I am the only profile in the entire world, okay, who know 152 tools and technology. Okay, one is cloud, one is DevOps, one is security, one is networking, one is programming language. I worked almost in 18 different programming languages, from R to Scala to Groovy to Python to Java, JavaScript, Perl, many other programming language also. Okay, and having 100 plus global exam certificate for multiple companies, and I think work with almost all the Fortune 500 companies in the world, almost all. Okay, and I worked with a lot of creators who actually created tools and technologies, and because I work with them, I learn from them, so I know what the right uh, uh, context about that concept, right? And what I learned from the creators of tools and technology, that's what I deliver here. That's what you won't find anywhere in the Google or in the ChatGPT. So one of the slogan that I mostly use is and I'm going to provide the content. Almost in every class you will see this. Okay, now it does not like this. You see, I know Python, let me join to last batch or last day of the class. Don't do this, guys. Every class I will prove you. Okay, it's not like that I am going to prove you are wrong. I'm going to prove you the content what you learn from XYZ locations is not appropriate. And this is the right concept with the proof that every class you will see in this Python training. So what I always use a slogan that I'm going to give a content that is not available in the Google, and that is also not available in the ChatGPT also. So that level of content we will give, I'll give to you. And for this, you don't have to wait for my last classes. Almost in every class, you'll see those kind of wow moment and those kind of different content, right? Why I'm saying this? Because why we at Linux World, or why we are doing so much these level of national initiatives, there's a purpose behind this. I just want to take 5 minutes to tell my purpose, so you guys can connect with me. Why we're doing this training, why we are coming with this one of the biggest Python training program in this world. There's a reason behind it. So I want to tell you one very quick story that might give you the motivation. Okay, and the purpose also. So if you talk about me, I work with one purpose, I live with one purpose, and I have one goal in my life to be achieved. To give you this, my purpose is, that's what this training is also one of the part why I'm doing this. Okay, so I just want to take 5 minutes, then I'll directly jump to the Python. Okay, so I just want to tell you guys one of my stories. So when I was in first year of my engineering, Okay, I started this company called Linux World Informatic Private Limited. Now it has been 22 years. We have launched this company. Okay, but when I was in fourth year of my engineering, fourth year, just in fourth year, I almost touch all 80% of the Fortune 500 company support or some kind of different roles I have done with these guys, and almost every country I visited when I was in fourth year of my engineering. Okay, but that point in time, guys, I'm very was curious to understand from the foreign client. जब ये बाहर जाता था, whenever I asked to the foreign client, I ask always one question to these foreign client and say, hey, what do you think how we Indian engineers are doing over there? आपको क्या लगता है when I go to Sydney or Valleys or Silicon Valleys or Ho Chi Minh City or UK and some XYZ different part of the country or the world, okay, I always ask, what do you think how we Indian engineers are doing over there? You know, guys, what I got the reply? I always get a fantastic reply. They say, you Indian guys are genius. You work very hard. You're awesome. You are great problem solvers. Okay, and you know what, guys? Then when somebody talk good about India, especially in a foreign country, you feel so proud. You feel goosebump, right? I got those goosebump always when somebody to talk good about India when you are alone there in the foreign country, right? But after I start seeing my life in a different way, different perspective, when you see the world, meet to different people, different. I've served government of US, government of Singapore, government of India, many different corporates, had CIO, CSO I serve. I work with the co-creators of the different tools and technologies. So I've seen a world in a different way, different way. So when my perspective changed, okay, some year back, when my perspective changed, when I again ask the same questions to my foreign clients, okay, how we Indians are doing there, okay, पता आपको क्या आंसर मिलता था मुझे अब इन दिनों में उन लोगों से? You know what answer I got from these foreign clients? They say the same thing. You are genius. You're awesome, guys. You work really very hard. But because my perspective changed the way I see the world now, okay, now if anyone talks something like this about India or Indian engineering students or Indian engineers, I feel bad about it, guys. I really feel bad about it. You know why? Because you know what they're trying to tell us. What they're trying to tell us, okay? They're trying to tell us, you Indian engineers are the great worker. And if you try to convert the worker word in Hindi, that's called nokar, guys. There's nokar. Okay, and this is the brutal fact, right? There's no country in the world, there's no company in the world, the product-based company has been created by the Indian, but we celebrate, okay, when we get a job in Amazon or Google or Meta or XYZ company, Tesla. Our college, our university, our institution, our family, we celebrate, okay, that my son or my daughter, my sister and brother got a job in XYZ company. So we technically celebrate in getting the job, working as a worker, right? Okay, but we don't think that we can be the creator. We can come up with our own product. Why not, guys? Why not? Okay, and that's what guys are promoting in every part of my training. Even though guys in the Python also, you'll see while I training the Python, I'm trying to set the mindset. Why don't you create your own Python programming language? Your own programming language. Why to use Python? Even though my goal is to train you in Python, but slowly, I try to change the mindset. Why don't you create your own programming language? For example, we also have a Linux training today. Okay, you guys can be the part of Linux training also that we're starting today under the same initiative. Okay, so there when I'm teaching the Linux, it's called Red Hat Linux. But same point in time, I also try to set the mindset. Okay, why don't you create your own Linux also? Okay, why we have to use something that is pre-created? Python is not created by someone from India. By Linux is not created by someone maybe from India. But why don't we create our own Linux or own operating system? Why not, right? And that's what we're doing. And I'm not saying just for the sake of saying we at Linux World has done this in our Jazba platform. We have created a lot of startups. That's what we are doing it. So I'm not doing as a kind of lecture here that someone asked me, hey, what you have done, right? So we have created lots of startup and from our summer program in our Jazba platform, if you guys know what we have done already. Okay, the context is, okay, the purpose behind why I am doing this training to set the mind, okay, that we can be the creator. Only thing is just the awareness. Okay, अभी तक awareness थी कि मुझे job लेना है ना. I'm trying to set the mindset now. Maybe you can go for a job, okay, but at least we can try to create something new for you or for your country, for your family. Why not? Before this, the minimum requirement is we have to upskill. Okay, बोलने से कुछ नहीं होगा, right? कुछ करके दिखाना पड़ेगा. Okay, और कुछ करने के लिए, guys, you know, if you listen to my TEDx talk also, recently also delivered one TEDx talk, I always say, बहुत बोल दिया, आप कुछ करके दिखाते हैं. So बोलने से नहीं होता है. We have to do it, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, keep on coming with a lot of these initiatives. A lot of these initiatives for the one, right? And guys, don't take it otherwise. I think there will be a lot of participants from other countries also. I'm doing for India. You guys belongs to an XYZ country. You do for your country. Everyone should be happy. Everyone should be grown. Okay, so that's what, guys, my thinking is. So don't be just a worker. Okay, there's no bad about it, but there's nothing called great about it. Okay, if you really want to be the great, then be the creator. That's what, guys, I feel. So that is the purpose, guys, why we are doing this level of initiative. This is one of the thing under IIC community. That is one again founded by us. And this initiative called IIC Rise. So IIC Rise 1.0 was big hit. We have a participant who have come up with a lot of new idea, a lot of new creation they have done, a lot of great job they are doing in the XYZ company. Now this Rise 2.0, and we again have fantastic participation. Okay, and this is not the workshop, this is a complete training, basic to advanced. Okay, anyone who will complete this training, then only you are eligible to get a certificate. Okay, and this certificate from IIC Rise and from Linux World will be very much helpful for you. Okay, so let's start, guys, with the technical journey. But I also believe whatever you do, if there is no motto behind it, you can't do much there. Okay, so in the technical journey also, why I know 152 technology, 156 now, I think, because there's a motto behind it that will give me a push to learn more, to explore more. And as I'm trying to tell you my purpose, you have your own purpose maybe. So let's start, guys, with the Python as a programming language. There is no prerequisite, I told you, but every class, even though it's first class, you get something very unique in every class. Don't miss. Don't think that I know basics, so let me join the advanced. Don't do this. Otherwise, you won't get something that won't be available in Google or in the Chat GPT. Okay, and guys, I'll try to use my language will be English as a language because we have a lot of participants who does not know Hindi. So I will try to use a very simple language I'm saying here, and that's called English as a language. So guys, my first question for everyone is before we start Python, because Python is a programming language, but before this, I want to ask you one very simple question. Okay, what is programming language? Or I can say why we need a programming language. Okay, why we need, guys, programming language. Okay, so anyone who want to give the answer, you can put in the chat and give ping to me why you need a programming language. Okay, somebody say to run the program, obviously, but why we need? To solve the problem via machine and computer, to make OS, to interact with PC. So I'm just reading the messages, guys, what you're sending to automate day-to-day tasks, to solve the task, to create a real problem, to communicate with the hardware. Okay, that's nice course. To make develop application, okay, which will say for solve problem solving. Human being is slow, computer can fast, very nice. Okay, that's what given by Neelam, I believe. to give the command work done by a computer. Fantastic, Abhishek. Uh, Fast working, Rashid say. To communicate with machine, to communicate with machines. Okay, Milan say this. Okay, why we need the programming language, guys? Why we need the programming language? What is the motto? What is the purpose of having the programming languages? To automate the things, fantastic, automate human tasks. Very much right. So let me give you guys my answer. Let me give you my answer. Okay, I told you guys I worked in 18 different programming languages, and according to my thinking is we human being, okay, are good in thinking. Any new problem gonna come up, we are good in solving the problem. We come up with the way that's called steps. And what we do, we say these are the steps. When we do it, then this problem will be solved. Okay, so we are human beings are good in solving the problem, thinking. We do a lot of thought process. Any problem come up, maybe problem related to office, problem related to your personal life. Okay, and we are good in solving the problem. And the way we solve the problem, obviously there will be some steps, right? This very simple example. Let's say problem is you want to prepare the coffee. Preparing the coffee is a problem, let's say. And if you want to solve it, then you have your own steps. You go to kitchen, first step, then you boil the milk, second step, then put the sugar, maybe third step, then put the beans, fourth step. Everyone has a different step to solve this problem. And those steps, the way you solve the problem is called algorithms. So everyone has their own algorithm to solve the problem. Okay, that's how we do. Okay, but challenge with the human being is, okay, we have a tendency to do the mistakes, errors. Second problem with the human being, we are lazy. Our problem is we can do the things very, very slow. Okay, so what we have done to solve this problem, that we are lazy, we can't work for 24 hours, we can't every time we do same way, we might do some mistakes, might miss some of the steps in between. Okay, and we are slow, we do the things. Okay, so these are the issues we have in the human beings. So that's what we have done. We have created that's called computer. We put a CPU, the processor who know how to do any plus minus multiplication. That's called that's called computing. We put some speaker that can speak. We put mic so that my voice can go to you guys. Okay, or we put a RAM or memory so it can keep our data, whatever data we want to use. So we create a machine, okay, and tell the machines or instruct the machines what I want to do. Okay, my point is machine means your operating system I'm talking about, your laptop I'm talking about. Okay, machine does not know what to do. Okay, but you have tell to the machine, hey, this is my problem. I want to prepare the coffee. These are the steps I have. That's my algorithm or algo. Now I'm giving my algo to you, or I'm giving the instruction to you. Okay, now your duty is to do it. Whenever asked, you do it. The good thing about the computer is when the computer will do the thing, they are super fast. Okay, human being can't beat the speed of the computer. There's one thing. Second thing is computer is a device. Plug the electricity, they work for 24 hours. They won't slow down, they won't be lazy. They work very, very hard. Okay, and they never do a mistake. Whatever you ask them, they will do for you. Okay, so what normally we do, guys, what we see, it is a very common problem that is happening again and again and again. Again and again and again. Okay, we give those solution to the computers. That's I'll go and ask the computer perform for us. But the point is how computer can listen to you, because computer is a machine, right? It's a hardware. When I talk to my computer, it's a mobile phone. I talk to mobile phone. Hey, mobile phone, can you please go and prepare the coffee? Can you please send SMS? Can you please download the WhatsApp? Okay, this hardware does not know my language. This is called English language. If I say in Hindi, मोबाइल कैन क्या तुम जाके कॉफी बना सकते हो या तुम जाके हेलो को प्रिंट कर सकते हो? तो दे डज नॉट नो हिंदी एज ए लैंग्वेज. Okay, so we have to use our language the machine can understand. Okay, and that language is called computer languages. So what we have done, we create a language that both party will understand. For example, right now what I'm talking to you, you can able to understand, right? Because you also know English, I also know English, so I can able to communicate with you what I'm trying to communicate with you. Okay, but machine does not know English, machine does not know Hindi as a language. So we have to use a language that machine can understand, we also understand. This is called computer languages. So here the role of language come in play, and with the help of language, I can tell my computer that these are the steps I am giving to you, these are the program I'm giving to you, perform for me. That's called programming languages. Okay, so that is a guys quick use of the programming language. Okay, why we need a programming language. And now it is not only one programming language we have in this world. Okay, if you see the list of programming language, if you see the programming language list, okay, list of the programming languages, okay, there are hundreds of programming languages in the world, guys. We have Java, we have a R, we have a Go, we have a C++, we have a Fortran, we have a PHP, Ruby, Perl, Shell. Lot of programming languages we have. Everyone have a same responsibility. Everyone do the same thing. Okay, I can use this programming language. Programming language is like instruction. For example, I'm saying to you, if I tell to you, hey guys, please go and write this. So I'm saying to you as instruction in English as a language. Similarly, I can use Python, and with the help of Python, I can tell this instruction to my computers. Then Python is a programming language we can use. But the point is now why we have a lot of programming languages, because I've seen a lot of guys has keep on fighting that Python is good, Java is good, C is good, like this, right? It's not like this. Okay, if you go to any application, for example, if you go to Netflix, and if I ask this guy, hey Netflix, you are the software, you are the app, and this app has been created by some kind of programming language. Can you tell me which programming language this app has been constructed or developed? So this guy say, hey, I have developed in multiple programming languages, not single programming language I use. Okay, front end, this called front end, it could be done with JavaScript. Backend would be PHP, maybe Java, maybe Ruby, some part I put Python. The point is, every app has been developed by using multiple programming languages. Why? There's a lot of reason. Because every programming language has its own specialty. For example, if you want to create a front end of the app, then JavaScript, great. If you want to create some kind of enterprise application like banking, Java is good. If you want to do something pure website, simple way, PHP is great. If you want to do any automation, Python is good, or machine learning, Python is good. If you want to go for driver level programming, embedded devices programming, CNC language is good. So every programming language is optimized for their specific requirements or use cases. Okay, but in any single app, they have a lot of things they do, guys. Okay, and for everything they use multiple different programming languages for that particular part of this application. This concept is known as polyglot. So polyglot is a concept where one single app is written in multiple programming languages. So almost nowadays every app what you see or software you see has been written in multiple programming languages. So what is your motto? So I'm not saying you should go Python. You can go for C also, you can go for Java or JavaScript also, Node, that's called. Okay, but you have to choose first. Okay, what is your ultimate goal? What kind of problem you want to solve? And to solve the problem, you have to create a steps, that's called algo. And those steps you have to write in a language, that's called code. And those code to solve this problem is become a program. And those program, your code is like a normal text, you put in a file, it's called program file. And find this program file, when you run, the problem will be solved by the computer. Computer will do it for you. And also, we can use the word called program. Sometimes we use the word called app or software. It is the same thing. So when I use the word software or the program or the app, I mean to say same thing in this training. Okay, but what kind of problem you're solving, accordingly, you have to pick the programming language. Don't stuck with one thing. Okay, understand your ultimate goal and then pick the programming language. Don't fight C is good or Python is good. Both has their own benefit. What problem you want to solve, you have to pick that language. So for anyone who is looking for DevOps job, automation job, machine learning, data science, or some kind of web development, these are the requirement. If you have, then Python is a great language, guys, to go ahead with. Okay. Otherwise, I also take Python in a different way also. Those who have fear in learning the programming language and the concept. So I also feel Python is a right language to start with. Because it's so simple language, anyone can learn it very, very simply to understand the concept. And after you become comfortable with the programming languages and the concept, then you can switch yourself to C, C++, or Java, or some other language, whichever you need for your future use. So that's also why I think I see Python as one of the way to take in our portfolio. Okay, so guys, there's some information I would like to give and bring to you before I go ahead. So let me jump to the practical of the Python. So I just want to tell you very, very quickly, if you have any problem you have, that is also known as the use cases you have, or either you have from the company, whichever company you guys are working on, to if you want this problem to be solved by a computer. So this is the wrong statement. Computer does not solve the problem. Yeah, in the world of generative AI, we are trying to solve the problem with generative AI. It's a different point. Let's forget about the AI. Okay. Otherwise, computer does not know how to solve the problem. Okay. So this is what we human being has to do. We have to use our brain to solve this problem. Let's say I'm taking the same example, coffee preparation, just for example. Okay, and human brain has to solve the problem and say, to prepare the coffee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps I have to write. Those steps, nothing is a statement 1, statement 2, statement 3 and 4, 5. That is also known as, these are the algo we have to use. And now if you want this algo is done by you, now it is your choice. Okay, this problem you want to solve as a human being, you can do by yourself. That's called manual way. Then you can go yourself and do it by yourself. That's called manual. But if you don't know, I don't want to do manual because we have an issue of laziness, we have an issue of slowness, we have issue as we forgot the things, we are very, very not work for 24 hours. Then we can allocate this responsibility to our computers. And a computer can do the things for you again and again in the automated way. Means because you're not doing anything, that you are not doing is called automation. So my point is, programming language, guys, is meant for automation. So whenever you want automation, okay, then you have to go for programming languages. That's the ultimate goal why we need the programming language. Okay, but technically, this is not the perfect statement. Again, if you want to use automation and want your problem to be done solved by the computer is meant for automation, but to talk to computer, to communicate to the computer what I want to solve, okay, then we need programming language. Okay, so we human being can talk to computer in the programming language, and in our case we are using a Python as a programming language. But the good thing is, the way I'm going to explain the concept of every programming language is same. I will teach you exception handling, multi-threading, object-oriented programming, variables, data types, many things, right? So the concept what I teach to you would be applied to other programming language also, but only difference what you see in every programming language is syntax. Okay, for example, if I say, guys, please likhna to is the grammar of Hindi, or please write it down is English language. Okay, both have same meaning, but the grammar is different, the keyword is different. Okay, that's what different programming language you see, the keyword is different and the grammar is different. That is called syntax. Otherwise, the core concept would be the same. So let's start, guys, with the Python. Okay, now Python is a programming language, and if you want to use this programming language, you have to teach this programming language to your computer, right? Obviously, if you guys, I want to talk to you Hindi, if you guys don't know Hindi, how can I talk to you? So for this, you should also know Hindi, I should also know Hindi, so we can talk to each other. Okay, so similarly, if you want to talk to computer should also know Python, and let's say my name is Vimal should also know Python. Now, how to teach computer the programming language is very simple. Every programming language comes with a software. As soon as you install their software, they will understand. They technically, it will completely learn this programming language. So, in simple term, if you want your computer to understand Python, install the Python software, then the computer will understand Python language. So, for teaching the computer language Python or PHP or C, very simple, install their software. Now, let me start from this journey from here. So, how to install the software? So, to install the Python software, there's a lot of way, but there's one way. It's called Anaconda. So, guys, Anaconda is one kind of company open source community. Okay, open source distribution of the Python. If you go to this site, okay, they will provide you Python. Okay, there's other way also, guys, to install the Python. Okay, but I suggest to use this way, because there are a lot of things, guys, Anaconda will provide you with the Python. What are those things? In the upcoming class, I'll talk about it. So I suggest, guys, if you have installed Python in your laptop already with other version of Anaconda or other way, try to install in this way, because otherwise you and my demo won't be sync and you're stuck somewhere. Okay, so go to this side, and then the top you can see free download, and after free download, you can see you can skip the registration here, and as you skip, they will say, do you want to install Python in Mac or Linux and Windows? In my base system right now, I'm working as a Windows. So I will click on the Windows here and download this software. Okay, so Anaconda is a company, is called, I can say, the distributor of the Python. Okay, one of the distributor, I can say. And I click on the download, this software will be downloaded. In my case, I already downloaded the software. Okay, so let me pause. So this is the latest version of the Anaconda. We are downloading, and this Anaconda will give me latest version of the Python. And guys, in the latest version of Python, there are a lot of new things gonna come up. Okay, I think Python 3.12 and onwards. So all the latest thing, whatever new thing come up in the Python, that's also I'm going to teach you in this training per class basis. Okay, so this software has been downloaded, and how to install? Double click and install it. And guys, all the practicals, all the code, all the diagram, whatever I'm doing here will be shared to you in the Google Drive soon, guys. So don't worry, you don't have to write anything. Just try to listen to me. And just try to understand the concept. Okay. So this is Anaconda. The click next. Okay, I agree. Just click next. Okay, here they're asking you where you to install the Anaconda. In your case, you can go for next. But in my laptop, I have many other Anaconda stored. So I'm just changing this folder name to 2024. Just a folder name where Anaconda software will install it. Technically, Python will install for us. Okay, click next. Okay. And then one important point, guys, in this screen, again, I'm going to refer, in this screen, they asking not recommended the setting the path, this mouse, this part. Which is second tick is not ticked actually. Okay, even though they say not recommend, but I say it is highly recommend set this path. Okay, otherwise a lot of things will not work. Again, I'm repeating, guys, in this screen, advanced installation option, second tick is not selected, box is not selected, even though they're asking not recommended, but you have to select this. Okay, otherwise a lot of Python thing won't work. So what this is doing, if you understand the path, so they are setting some path. Otherwise, those who does not know what is path, in the upcoming classes will talk about it. Okay, so highly recommend. Otherwise, thing won't work for you guys. That's all. Now, Anaconda is installing our Python. Okay, and what is Python? You can think we are giving a computer, in my case, Windows operating system, a training of Python as a programming language. Now they know one more language called Python language. For example, if I ask you, do you know Hindi? If you say yes, Then if I ask you, आप क्या हालचाल आप लोगों के कैसे हो, एक चीज कर लिखना तो करना तो लिखना तो करना तो. So this is what the Hindi keywords, and I'm asking you to do some action. But before you do some action, okay, your mind is first listening my language and try to understand this, interpret. Okay, that same thing is happening here, guys. I'm giving the Windows the Python interpreter. So here, what I have installed here, I installed the Python interpreter for the Windows, so that when next person, in my case, let's say other human being, in my case, like me, when I want to talk to Windows, okay, in a language called Python language, they will understand my language by interpreting. Okay, so here I install what installing right now. It is installing Python interpreter. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you some basic terminology. You guys might know this, but otherwise, I'm trying to take this training in a way that if you guys are very new in the programming world, you will get this basic terminology what we mostly use. Okay, now there's one point. Okay, now one more point, guys, I want to explain to you before this software has been installed or Python interpreter has been installed by the Anaconda. Okay, understand one thing. Okay, understand one thing. In our life, try to understand, guys, even this programming language I'm going to teach you in a way is more like a storytelling. And if you understand how to learn in a story way, anything, then you won't able to again refer your books to revise the concept again. Because I've seen before the interview, guys are referring a lot of data structure, a lot of algorithm, you forgot the things. But if you talk about me, I told you multiple times, I work in 152, 156 technology. And whatever technology, if you say, I can start right now. I don't have any books and notes here with me. Any topic I can start. I don't have to revise anything. Okay, I don't have to revise anything because I learn everything as a story. I relate with my life. And what I related to with your life, you will never forget. Okay, I think this is the right way to learn and understand any concept. Okay, so you might see I keep on giving you some here and there storylines, but it's very critical because my intention is to not complete this training. My intention is to give this training in a way that you will never forget, and any problem you can solve. Okay, that's the intention. So understand one thing. Understand one thing. In our life, whatever you do, every small thing you do is one problem, and for every problem you have one solution. If you want to pick your mobile phone, this is also one problem. Pick a mobile phone. So I use my hand, look at my mobile phone, and pick it. Problem solved. Okay. Or if I write something, I pick the pen. I'll pick the pen and start my book and start writing it. So every problem, if you say in your life you have thousands of problems like this, and every problem you have a unique way to do it or solve it. Okay, so writing something in the notebook is a problem, and how to solve the steps you follow is called algo. But if you want to do something to solve this problem, for example, if I want to write something, then I pick the pen and start writing, then I can say I'm doing something. Okay, I'm doing something. So technically, that is called function. Every problem, when you want to solve, you have to do something, and that something is called function. So I can prepare a coffee. So I know the algorithm to prepare the coffee. I know the step to prepare the coffee. But for this, I have my own different function. Preparing the coffee is one function. Picking the mobile phone is one function. Writing something is one function. Whatever you do in the life, guys, I can give you bet. You can give one single example from your life where you see I'm doing it, but there's no function. Okay, everything what you're doing is function or functionality or feature. We can do about feature, functionality, or function is the same thing. Okay, without function, we can't do anything. We have to function it. If you're not doing function, it means you're neutral, you're out of the world or the universe maybe. Okay. Similarly, in a computer world, everything is happening is one function. Without function, nothing will happen. My voice is reaching to you because there's some kind of mic function is going on. You can be able to listen my voice. The speaker function is going on. Today I'm going to write a code with a Python code. I'm going to do WhatsApp. So WhatsApp function is going on. I want to print some screen message. There is print function is going on. Okay, everything is function. Without function, there's nothing happen in our life, and there's nothing happen in the computer world. Even the computer also, when I'm moving the mouse also, this is a function. I'm typing, writing also. This is also function happening in the computer. Without function, there's no single bit is happening in your computer world. Okay, and why it's so critical? I'll give you many points in a minute. I just want to give you this term right now. But I still am waiting for this software to be installed. Big software, it takes some time to be installed. So everything, guys, is a function. That's what I am to tell you. Okay, so the function. Otherwise, what is function? How to create the function is a very big topic. In my upcoming class, I will keep on talking to you. We'll discuss about this, right? Now, what we have at this point in time, we have a computer that understand a language, not Hindi, not English. They understand Python language because we install the Python interpreter from the company called Anaconda. And we are here, Vimal, as a real human being, and I want to talk to my computer. So we have to pass the instructions. What I want my computer will do. And every instruction computer will do something for you. Okay, and because they do something for you, then this instruction, nothing is a function actually. Mostly we use the word instruction or the statement, but I don't use the word statement or the instruction. I always say every statement, everything you ask to the computer, that is a function. So I have to tell my computer which function to perform. Okay, and whatever I ask, they will perform that particular function. I asked my computer today, hey, please go and use my speaker and speak something. That code will do today. Or I can ask my Python, please go and ask the computer to send the WhatsApp. They do WhatsApp for me, and so on. Okay, so everything, whatever you ask them, they will do for you because we're asking them to do something for us. That they can perform some function. That's what they will do. I still am waiting the software to be installed. Okay, so by the meantime, guys, the software has been installed. I already have Python installed in my case. I'll want to directly jump to the Python. Okay, so if you want to use the Python or you want to talk to Python, so that you have hello Python, you can talk to your computers. So in this case, what you can do, okay, you can open your command terminal and go CMD in my Windows or in terminal in other operating system. And here, this is my Windows terminal or command prompt, black screen. And if you want to talk to Python, so with the help of Python, you can tell your voice to your computers. अगर आपको कंप्यूटर से जो बातें करनी है, अगर वो बात कंप्यूटर से लेके जानी है, तो आपको पाइथन से बात करनी पड़ेगी, because your language, English, Hindi, does not understand by the computer right now. We can use AI is a different point, but right now I'm not talking about anything about AI. So for this, you do type Python here in the command prompt, hit enter, and what you see here, in my case, Python come up. And what you see here, cursor is blinking. Technically, Python is listening to you and say, hey, I'm listening to you now. Tell me what you want me to perform. Okay. Now I say, my Python, do one thing. Can you do one thing? I'm asking you, I'm just writing in Hindi, aap kaise ho? Okay. So technically, I'm 100% right, guys. So the way I write is 100% right grammar or like English, Hindi. But when I hit this and ask to this language, Hindi to Python, when I hit enter, they give me syntax error. So why they give me error? Because I'm asking someone, for example, you guys know only Hindi. If I ask you in some other language, for example, I know some of the South Indian language, Ninde, Pere, Endua, I think, aapka naam kya hai, I think, this is the conversion of the translation of this language. Okay. But if I ask you, Ninde, Pere, Endua, you guys will have in your mind syntax error. You don't understand because you does not know the language. It does not mean I am wrong, but you does not know the language. Similarly, Python does not know this language, Hindi. So I have to speak in the Python, with the Python, in the Python language. With the language, with the keyword, what they understand. For example, likho to is Hindi keyword, write it down, English keyword. Okay, here, print is a Python keyword. Okay, Python keyword. With print, I can tell, how are you? So here they print, how are you? There's no error. They now print is a keyword of the Python. So they understand my language. Because I know their language, so they understand this keyword and they print for me. Okay, so print is a keyword or the instruction. So whenever you want to instruction something like this, for example, if you want the computer will go and print something for you on the black screen, they go terminal, then you use print. But if you don't want to print something on the screen, okay, you want to send this message to WhatsApp, then we have to use different keyword. You want to send this message to email, then you have to use different keyword. You want to send this message to, let's say, speaker, the speaker will speak, then you have to use this keyword, different keyword. So this keyword is not a keyword. We can use the keyword, but technically it is called function. Every function will do something for you. This function is only meant to print something on the screen. That's all. So whenever you use print, they will always print on the screen. That's called terminal. Okay, but it means if it does not want to print anything on the screen, don't use print. Okay, that's how it works. So this is always one point to note. Second thing, okay, mostly guys, this is very important concept I'm going to teach you, and here I'm going to give you very big myth that has been not taught to us in anywhere in this world. Okay, it's very, very important concept. Again, now I'm going to come to this syntax again. Don't worry if you're new in programming language, but I'm going to teach you one very important concept that is not given anywhere in this world. What is this? But before this, let me give you a very concept here. Okay, so guys, if you want to perform something, that's called action. That is also called function, same thing. Okay, but to perform something, you need some information. You need some data. Without data, there is nothing to do actually. For example, you want to prepare the coffee, you can do the action for preparing the coffee. You can perform that function for preparing the coffee by using your steps as algorithm. Okay, but if you don't have a data, how can you prepare? If you don't have milk, you don't have a sugar, you don't have coffee beans, how can you prepare? You need a data, right? Okay, so mostly if you talk about human being, we keep our data in our mind, brain, somewhere. Okay, and whenever we need this data, we'll go to that part of the brain, retrieve this data and use it. For example, I'm talking a lot of things here, guys, today. So those data I'm talking right now, for example, I'm talking, how are you? How are you is there somewhere in mind, so I can know where to go, which part of my memory, pick this data and speak. It means my data should be there in my memory. It's called brain. Similarly, in the computer also, like we have a brain as a memory. In the computer also, we also have memory that's not a RAM. It's one device. So RAM is one device where we keep our data. So if you just very quickly, I think you guys know how RAM look like. But in every computer, if you just search RAM memory as a device, this kind of chipset, where we keep our data of the computer. Okay, but where we keep the data, okay, and why are we keeping the data in the memory? That's called RAM. RAM is device, but this device is used for memory, so we use the word memory also. Okay, so but don't use the word storage. Storage is a different meaning. Okay, so memory. So, but in the memory, wherever you keep your data, let's say I want to store data 5. Okay, why you want to store your data in the RAM? So then in the future, you can retrieve this data and use it. Let's go access your data and use it. But before access, you should know where in the RAM this data is there, right? That data has been stored. Okay, so the RAM is a physical device. I told you in this device, wherever you store data, that every part has their own address. For example, in your brain, if you guys might know, there's a lot of neurons in your brain. So every neurons have somewhere here, maybe here in the left or right, somewhere in some coordinates. Okay. Similarly, in the RAM, this area has some own address. It's called address. It's called physical or the memory address. If you does not know the address, obviously you can't go and reach there and pick the data or access the data. So this address we will store somewhere. And this somewhere where you store this address is mostly known as variables, or also sometimes known as a reference. So X is a variable or the reference. Right term is reference. Variable is not a perfect term. Okay, so X is a reference that know the address of the memory or the RAM, so that whenever you want to go and access your data again, you can do X, you know the address, they say yes. Can you please help me to go there to this address so I can pick this data so I can use somewhere. Okay, but this part you guys might know maybe. Okay, but the beautiful part here is, okay, how to store, guys, again I'm repeating, how to store, okay, data in the memory. Because I told you whatever you want to do in the computer, okay, everything is a function. So if you want to store 5 in your memory, then you need a function that has a capability, okay, to go to RAM, this called memory. For example, if you talk about my Windows, I think I have a RAM of 16 GB in size. How I know? You can go do Control Alt Del in your Windows, if it is Windows with you, go to Task Manager. And in the task manager, if you go, and I think that the screen has been changed, but you can go and check in the details somewhere. Okay, you can find you have the memory. I think some setting has been changed, but somewhere you'll find the memory size. So in my laptop, I have a memory of 16 GB. You have 6 GB, 8 GB, 2 GB, depend, right? Or maybe 32 GB also. So I want my 5 data I want to store in the memory. How to store? We need a function. And you guys, you know what is a function to store 5? Anyone know the function name? Anyone here know the function name? How to store 5 in the memory? In the Python or maybe in C? Do you know the function name? How to store 5 as a data in the memory? Okay, what is function name? Again, you know, it's very, very simple function. I think almost everyone use it. Function name, again, nobody tell you this thing. Function name is equals to, that's all. Equals to is a function name, that's all. It look like it has been told to us, it is an operator, that's called assignment operator. But technically, if you go behind the Python and at the core level and try to see, very at the core level of the Python, because normally we use the Python, we did not create a Python. But if you go inside the level of the deep code in the Python, you come to know equals to also the low level programming world. Okay, that's called assembly level programming world. Equals to is also a function. And what equal to do? They will take the 5 data and store somewhere in your RAM. What they do, they will go and find in the RAM. RAM is big, for example, you might get 16 GB in size or 8 GB in size. They locate, do you have a space. Here they find the space, and where they find the space to store the 5, they store there. But wherever they store, they also give you address. Because mostly, guys, whenever you do something, there's action. So when you say action or the function, same thing, no difference. Okay, so preparing the coffee is a problem, and to solve this problem, we write steps, and to perform the step, we have to run the function. That's also called call a function. And when you call the function, your preparation of the coffee start, and finally, function mostly give you something that's called return. In the coffee world, they will give you a cup of coffee. So coffee, they return to you. Okay, so I can use. Similarly, equal to is also function. When you run this, this equal to written something, and what they return? They return the address in the memory where this data is stored. So they return the address. So because they return the address, so this address I want to memorize. Okay, and this memorize we do in some of the memory address. This called variable or the reference. It could be X, it could be Y, whatever you want to use is the variable name. That's all. So this is one of the simplest statement or the instruction you've seen in any programming language, but still I'm trying to tell you in a different way and angle to look at this concept. So X is a variable or the reference it know where 5 has been stored. And because X know where the 5 is stored, so if I ask X, can you please tell me, okay, what you know? So X say, hey, I know the memory address. So I go to memory address, and if you ask me, I will go and pick the data and give to you here. They will pick the data and give to you. But how you pick the data? Do you really know the address? Okay, this is data, but do you really know the physical address of the memory? They say yes. So can you tell me? So in the Python guys, we have function called ID function. Okay, this function will ask the X do one thing. Don't go and pick the data. But wherever data is in the memory, can you tell me the memory address, the RAM address, the physical address? They say yes. So guys, this is address of the RAM. So technically can think RAM. This is address 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so in 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, 10 billion. So wherever this data would be, they give this address to you. So technically, whenever you ask X to go to data, X internally go to this address. At this address, what data they have, they pick and they show to you. But right now, guys, I have launched Python in my command prompt. And when you launch Python in the command prompt, they give you this symbol. This symbol is known as REPL, R-E-P-E-L. This is called REPL. Okay, REPL, or also known as Python prompt, because the prompting what to do next. Okay, and the REPL guys, P stands for print. Print. L stands for loop. We'll talk about loop in the future classes. R is for read. We'll talk in the future class. E for evaluation. They will do plus minus also. Please print. Print means if you does not print, they will still print. Here I ask X, they will print for you. If I say write 7, they print for you. If I say hi, they print for you, and so on. So if you want to print something, it is your choice. Either you can use a print function, or if you directly write here, it will print for you. So in the command prompt, this is called Python REPL. You don't have to use print function. They will print for you automatically. It is only happening in the REPL world. And one more thing, guys, interesting thing you will see about the REPL is, this REPL is, as soon as you hit enter your statement, and I told you guys every statement is one function. So I can use the word instruction or the function or the statement has no different, same thing. So whenever you hit any statement, they will run for you. Okay, so they don't wait for next statement to come up. As soon as hit enter, they run this statement for you, and that is called live interpreter. Live means as you hit enter, they don't wait for next one, and they give you the output. So it's called live interpreter. It is. Okay, but we can also do the coding in the file where you first write the entire code, then you run. They will run together. Then we'll see how to do this. Okay, so guys, this is one of the way to use Python. So now this Anaconda has been installed. Let me launch this guy. Because I already have the Python with me in my system. That's what they run. Otherwise, in your case, it won't run. You first install the Anaconda. So the Anaconda now installed. Now let me, don't launch this. I will start by myself and click finish. So in my case now, the Python has been installed. I already had it. Don't confuse. To save the time, I launched my old Python, what I had already. But now Anaconda installed the new Python for me. So now if you want to launch the new Python, again, open the new terminal. And here you can again launch the Python. Okay, if you guys notice here, I had the old version of Python 3.11. Now I download the latest version that will give me the latest version of the Python. So guys, mostly that, yeah, if you have to come out from the Python, you can use exit as a function. Everything is a function. Okay. So mostly guys, we don't work in the black terminal or learning the code or writing the code. And whoever write the code guys are developers. So we are become a developers. So we don't write in the black terminal. Okay. Instead, what we'll do guys, let me exit from here. Instead, we will use that's called IDE. So now onward guys, all the code, whatever I am going to write, I'm going to use IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Okay, so there's a lot of IDE software available. If you know VS Code, sorry, Visual Studio Code, you can use Eclipse, you can use Python console, many more available, PyCharm, many IDE available, whichever you feel comfortable you can use if you know already. But in my case, I am going to use Jupyter mostly. So if you start Python with Anaconda, so Anaconda is a big software that will give many things. One of the things Anaconda give you Python interpreter, that's what I'm using right now. But Anaconda also give you this IDE that's called Jupyter. Okay, so right now guys, now onward I will write a code in the Jupyter. What's the benefit of the Jupyter? Let me show you by running this. Okay, but in this training guys, we are going to write a lot of code. Okay, so for this guys, what I'll do, I'll go to my document folder in Windows and I'm going to create a folder called Python training 2024. So all of my code I keep on managing here. So I keep on sharing with you. Okay, so there's a folder I'm going to use. I'll go inside this folder with cd command. There's a new folder, there's dir, there's no file inside this folder. And this folder I'm going to keep a lot of files. Okay, and those files where we keep the code, let's go program files. How to prepare the file? For this, I can use Jupyter space notebook. So Jupyter will give you notebook. Notebook is like a file where we create the code. So Jupyter will open. And now from here, I will write many code. So till now, guys, what I explained to you a little bit about variable. Now, one thing, guys, nobody teach you. Let me come to this point. Everyone might know X is a variable, equals 2 is operator, and 5 is a data. And everyone might know whenever you run a program, this data will load in the RAM. Let's say this is RAM. Load in the RAM. Okay, but as soon as the program terminated or stop, this data will remove from the RAM. Even though this has been proved also. How? For example, if I open my terminal again in Windows, okay, and if I launch a Python again and say X equals to 5 is there in the RAM, I can see how I know it's there in the RAM. I can use X, they will print for me. But as soon as I stop my program, let's go exit. Again, if I go inside the Python, now there is no X available here, is not available, is not defined. So a lot of guys know in the programming world, it will teach to us, if any of the programming language you know, that when you run the statement called variable, the data will load in the RAM. When you close the program, data will be removed from the RAM. But guys, this is a myth. This is not the complete story. Okay, so anyone, whoever you learn any programming language, maybe C, Java, something like this, okay, mostly in the first class, it has been taught to us X is a variable, 5 is data. When you run, it load in the memory. So my question to everyone is over here, anyone have asked to your teacher or books, somewhere you find somewhere it is written, okay, or you ask to anyone, can you please tell me, I don't believe on you, you told me when the program run, they load on the memory. Again, मैं इस बात को फिर रिपीट करता हूँ, X को जो 5 को X में स्टोर करते हैं, कहा जाता है कि डेटा रैम पे स्टोर होता है. बट क्या आप में से किसी ने पूछा, हैव यू आस्क, okay, I don't believe on this, prove me how I believe it load on the RAM. There's a possibility There's a hard disk also. The data might be in the hard disk. The possibility also they have register caches. They store on the cache in the registries, or maybe in the GPU card. Okay. So have you asked this proof? Can show me the RAM, open the RAM, show me the RAM, and prove me your data has been loaded in the RAM. Okay, guys, believe me. Okay, mostly what happened, whatever asked by the teacher or the books, we believe on it. Somebody taught us the data load on the RAM, and we believe on it. So as an engineer, okay, I highly recommend, okay, just get the concept, but whatever taught to us, don't believe, agree, or conclude in one go. Try to go more deep into this and try to figure out what has been taught to us is right or not. Because if your knowledge or education does not give right, with the wrong education, your foundations become wrong, you won't able to create something big on the top of this. Right? Education is very, very required. That's what we keep on promoting. So what I am trying to tell you, okay, you have to find a way where you can go and read the entire RAM. So does this way available? Yes. So there's one task I want to give you today. You go to internet, try to find a way how to read the entire RAM memory. And when you know, for example, in my Windows, if I have 16 GB RAM, so just try to find a way how to read the entire 16 GB RAM. Okay. And if you know how to read the RAM, then that point in time, do one thing, run this code. Run this code. And then go to RAM and check. Does it literally load on the RAM? Okay, you know what you get the answer. You'll get the answer. Yes, it is literally load on the RAM. It means what has been taught to us is absolutely right. But you know what you get from this learning when you know how to read the RAM. Okay, it has been taught to us when the program terminated, it will remove from the RAM. It look like it removed, but it is not removed. There's a lot of conditions. Your data still exists in the RAM even though your program terminated. Because how can you see this? Terminate the program, again go to RAM, and you will come to know your program data still exists. So it is very dangerous in most of the security scenarios. So anyone who want to do something in security world, cyber world, hacking world, that is very much critical point for them to find out the limitations, issues, vulnerabilities. Okay, but for this, you have to ask this question: what has been taught to us is right or not? Okay, even though guys, if you know how to read the entire RAM, you can do many things also. For example, it has been taught to us. It has been taught to us whenever you log in. Let me show you. Whenever you log in, format. Okay, to any site, let's say gmail.com or bank site, you guys might know whenever you type something. Let me type some email address. Okay, then they ask the password. Let me type my email ID. And when you type the password, you guys want to know anything, whatever, right? It first load on the RAM. And then decide, encrypt it, lock it, then send to Gmail. But if you know how to read the RAM, then you can go to RAM and can see this password. And till date, there is no way available to safeguard this. There is no access way available. The point is, it is not about proving x equals to 5 is there on the RAM. Okay, just by think in different way, can I read the entire RAM? It gives you many hundreds of possibilities from the world of security, other world. You can be a better security engineers or vulnerability engineers, or you can solve some of the challenges that has not yet been solved. Okay, it has been taught to us that in the Python, any data you store, it takes 4 bytes space. Given the book, I don't know. Maybe they are wrong or right. Okay, but if I know how to go to RAM, I can go and check. And literally, they're taking 4 bytes or more or less. In some versions, C, they integer. If you know, we'll talk about the data types tomorrow. They take 2 bytes, 4 bytes, somebody 1 byte. We don't know. I don't have to believe on the books. I will know. I'll go to my RAM and see what you see in the real, that is true. Otherwise, everything is wrong. Everything is wrong. Okay. So the point is, I am giving this task to you. Okay. Go and check how to read the entire RAM. Just go and find this way. There's a one task I am giving to you. Like this, I'm going to give you a lot of tasks, very different tasks related to Python or nearby, more related to Python. Okay. And whoever perform the task in better way, best way or complete it, we mostly have some kind of award and goodies and some kind of celebration with you guys. So there's one task you have to perform. One more task also you have to perform, guys. That everyone, this is what some might, not everyone might do. Someone normally do it. That's why I've seen most of the training. But one task is compulsory task for everyone. What you have to do? Okay, you have to create a blog or write something as a post message, maybe for LinkedIn, something like this. Okay, and what you have to do? You have to understand some of the case study of some company. Why some XYZ company using Python? What kind of problem they're solving? What kind of app they're using? Which part of the app they're using Python? For example, I told you Netflix or any company or Facebook is one app. They're using multiple programming languages. This is called polyglot concept. Okay, so you know, just go and find in the Google search. Okay, that hey, Facebook is using Python for this purpose, for this scenario, for this cases. Okay, so pick your favorite company or your industry of interest or wherever interest on, and read this, understand this, and create one interesting post and blog and share in your LinkedIn. Because guys, what you have to follow, you have to follow kind of commitment. Okay, I am today, guys. I didn't start as much code. I just started with some basic storylines we're discussing till now, but it's very related. As we go ahead, I keep on relating this term again and again. But what commitment would be? Day wise, day one, day two, day three, all the tasks, whatever given to you, plus all the learning, whatever we have done, all the wow moment, what do you think is something very unique? I didn't know till net about it. Create a post on LinkedIn, share it. Why I'm doing this? Okay, two reasons. One, I want to promote the right education, what we are doing in this national initiative to everyone. So I want everyone to be part of this in our awareness purpose. Okay, and second reason is because I'm going to give you a lot of interesting tasks, a lot of interesting code we are going to build or create. Okay, and you keep on putting in your LinkedIn. So slowly as you go maybe more in advance, you're showcasing yourself to the industry peoples. And I've seen in my Rise 1.0, just by putting the task day one, day two, day three, okay, they started getting a lot of requests and jobs from the industries. So maybe you can see, guys, by the end of this program, you start getting a lot of connections and a lot of jobs requirement or jobs from the market. So that's also one very critical benefit you will see, guys. But for us, it is very critical, compulsory to do this, because finally, guys, it is more kind of attendance for you. We don't do attendance 111. Okay, this would be like attendance. Finally, we take this attendance, and anyone who complete this, so we will provide you certificates and many other things also. Okay, so right now, guys, nothing much. Tomorrow we will create a lot of code. Tomorrow we will create a code for WhatsApp. We'll create a code for speaker. We'll go to learn some data types. Okay, some of the basic programming concepts. That's what we learn tomorrow. By the meantime, is the first day. I wanted to give you some basic terminology. That's what we have done. At least what you can do by tomorrow, just go and get the software installed and do this part. But how and where to share this post? So after that, you do day one of today. My team will give you some hashtag also. You can also use those hashtags while posting this day one, day two, day three. Okay, and we give you a link, okay, where you can keep on posting your day 1, day 2, day 3 links where you posted, so it will help us to managing your for future attendance and provide the certificates. So that's all, guys, from my side. Guys, in this national initiative, we have launched 2 programs. One is Python that we started today. Okay, so today first day, I just give you very basic overview. Okay, and second, guys, is the Linux. So those, I think most of our guys will be part of Linux, but today we are also starting Linux at 9 o'clock after 4 minutes. Okay, so those who want to join with complete Linux training also, you guys can join this complete Linux, right? But I think one more thing I was talking about is Jupyter, right? So let me show you very quickly. So Jupyter launch. In your case, Jupyter will automatically start, but in my case, they give me this link. I click on this link. I click on this link and they start Jupyter for me. So this is how Jupyter look like. Now tomorrow onward, I will do all the coding in the Jupyter. So this notebook is empty. I don't have any file. Notebook is like file. So there's a way here to create a new file called Python 3. I'm creating a new notebook or new file. So all the code, whatever you know till now, very small code or remaining code, we will do here. So this is called one line or called one shell, and I can write a code print, and I'm printing my name Vimal Daga. And you want to run this line or a function, the print is also function. There's a button here to run, and they run for you and give the output. Right? Let's say I want to put x equal to 5. I can click on the run, they run for you. If I say x, it will run for you. Okay, here guys, we have some shortcuts also. If you want to run this line, again, you can go here, or you can go here, you can go here. Okay, anywhere line you can go very quickly and run it. So for running, you can click on the run, or you can use a shortcut called Shift Enter. Is a keyboard shortcut. Shift Enter, and they run for you. Shift Enter, they run for Shift Enter, they run for you, and open the new cell also. Again, I write print hi Shift Enter, they run for you. Okay, otherwise you want to see more shortcuts, you can go to help, and help, they will tell you all the keyboard shortcut we can use in the Jupyter. Enter, Shift Enter to run the cell and go to next cell. Okay, you can see the help from here. And second here, this file we can save also, you can give the name. This is the first day code, nothing. Technically, we didn't do any code, guys. I just trying to give you some basic terminology and give you the right sense of programming languages. But there's a new file I create, and then save it. So technically, if you go to home page again, you can see this file been again saved. If you click, the code will open. So IDE means you have a IDE, you have a code save, file save. You can come again run, and do the things, right? So tomorrow onward, we will write the code here, and tomorrow class will be complete practical and lots of very, very powerful demos we will see tomorrow. That's all, guys, from my side. I believe you get some of the points, some task I have given to you, even though it's first day, but we start doing some task also in parallel. Okay, we just started. I highly recommend. A lot of guys has been also registered with us. Not everyone joined today. Anyone who the link, because this program is complete Python training. So ask everyone to join. Okay, this is one point. Second thing is because we just started, you guys can be a kind of awareness to everyone. More guys join, they will be in the league of making India future ready. That's what we are promoting as a culture, to skill up, scale up, or skill up. Otherwise, if you don't know all the concept, we can't do much in the world of creation, right? So that's all from my side. Any query if you have, you guys can ask. Any query if you have, you can ask. Yes, Archie will talk about anything and everything about Python, module management, how to create the modules, many module we're going to learn. Okay, so we'll talk about everything about it, right? Recording, guys, we won't give. Okay, yes, of course, all the operator functions, plus, minus, multiply, everything is a function. Thank you very much, sir. It's great to start my career. Thank you very much, Dianti. Schedule, guys, anything about management thing, my team will put in a WhatsApp group, guys, about the management related things. Yes, Harshit, it is included DSA. So this is not the DSA training right now, but for the DSA guys, it is compulsory to learn this concept. Without this, you won't able to do anything in the DSA part. After some days, we will also start DSA. Okay, schedule guys will be update in the classroom. And guys, the task what I given to you, the task given to you is given to in your WhatsApp group also in uh, in the proper summary way, so you can get the task again in the WhatsApp group. So guys, I want to take a pause because I have a next training started at 9 o'clock. I was a little bit 1 minute late there. So let me pause here, guys. Any relevant doubt, my team will be covered. Yes, Soib will talk threading, memory management, everything. I told you everything about uh, we'll discuss how to get the link of Earth 3.5.0. 5.0 you guys can still join Earth 5.0. So again, to ask my team, they will give to you. Oops, will be covered in very detail. Okay, so but main thing guys about this training is I created this training in such a way in some 2 or 3 days you start loving programming. That was the main motto. And anything you at the problem solving world you can solve with a Python. Okay, that's all. I want to take a pause. I'm 1 minute late in my next training. That's all, guys. Bye. See you and take care.